Here we go. Don't call me Sirak. Should have turned it off. I'll leave that right there for y'all, family. Filmon Gabriel. Yos. Salam, salam, Zahwate. Salam, salam, salam. Let me show you my background. Wow. Man comes to Sabi Hassan. Comes easy, Lena. Salam Azab Haftay. Wadi Nabri, Wadi Hayat Nabri. Boom. Boom. The legend Yamane Bari. After ما أخذ تروى لهم. سلام سلام زهاوي. ترى share زي تقبلني. share قبرني why not? كل عالم سمع الله. Salam and Tizahon lay. Is young dictators in your Hakadom lay. That's where you guys go. Tizahalam Kuwa Tizahon lay. I love Yamania too. He doesn't flip flop. Isaias. Florida, what's up, brother? What's up, cousin? And the nuts and nut is upon the lay. Hey. So we have a Christmas special for y'all. Max Kibra, what's up, cousin? Baba Bayane. Salam salam. Kubarati Hawate, Abotat, Adetat, Kamalahum. Can you guys see me clearly? You can get these shirts. There's a site. I'm gonna pin it to the screen. I'm gonna try. Boom, there we go, pinned. That's the website. You can buy all this. Filmon, تجزء نعلقها نزيتات جريء لخوات to pin after website. The pillow behind me. There's a new movement. There's a peace movement. Mish, Asit Rahad Lenani. Sometimes Somebody got to stand up for peace, Kani. Salam ka ilenai. Yodet. Poison, how you doing? Manalo. Is that راحتي a message? داوي تخلو سلام سلام. HB Habesha Rastafari man, wagwan rude boy. wagwan. Yonas Hatte, salam. Kidina Baas, Kidina Qatal. Is this any fit to know? Why don't we try this? Kinzarab Nakhael. Yawatatina. The background music way better than yours. Fabric is Saram. Zach. Just follow, we'll discuss that. You should. Salmon, why not? Tasfa is Elena. We'll get Elena new. African Inamish. All right. So, welcome everyone. How you guys doing? I've never really had anyone on my show. I'm going to invite a couple people on my show today. Hopefully, I figure out how to do it. I've never done it before, so we'll see. Some things I want to discuss. There's a lot going on about Dinamish. There's a lot of current events. There's a lot of to the end. So and feelings involved at low mission. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people dying. There's a lot of people getting looted. There's people stealing. There's people getting murdered. There's things that people don't want to discuss. كم تزبالكم it sides قاعنا مرتنا تحق أنا قرت راح أزارب إريتريان حما قرو إريتريان حما قري أزب أمحارة حما قرو أمحارة حما قري أزب جين كاجمركو خلهم. Let's get something straight before I do anything else. Mish, I want to say hello to my Eritreans first. Before everybody needs to understand, I'm with the Eritrea because they're confused. Why is this guy speaking like this and supporting the Tagaru people if he's Eritrean? So to my Tigrina, to my Saho, to my Bajawit, to my Afar, my Bilin, my Nara, my Tigray, my Kunama, Kulahum, Salam Zahwate. After that, Hani, because I'm with the Eritrea, all my neighbors, cousins, Ethiopian Dalo, Tagaru, Salam Ihwate, Amhara, Oromo, Kullahum Salam. Mish. So, since this war started, let's talk about the narrative. The narrative, I keep telling you guys, is who's getting bombed, and everybody knows who's getting bombed, who's getting, who's getting murdered. That's not a secret. Now, it's news you what's out. But before I continue, let's talk about the situation in Eritrea. What is the situation in Eritrea? The situation in Eritrea, no food, no clothing, no electricity, no money, no transportation. So, why is this happening to the Eritrean people if the Tigray people are getting attacked? Why is this also happening to the Eritrean people? That's questions you guys should be asking. Salamtai, Eritreans of Eritrea ta asiro malo. Kuwatsi khulunyum, kubal'i khulunyum, wala hanti, yusoru, kulu lockdown go to war, telephone yellen, internet yellen. You know what the problem is? The problem is Eritreans were used to this. It's not the new. Salah hadish nagar, salah zefane, khamzi inandibin. Komeda always komi inoru. Ntayde to ayuru. That's unacceptable. We shouldn't accept that. That's not acceptable. أبز خوفنا خلنا دكنا أبعدنا زلو يهواتنا بوتاتنا أديتاتنا. They can't move around their country freely. It's their country. They build it. Isaias didn't build Eritrea. Isaias kublo. Forgive me, Isaias in Hileo. DIA killer kublo. Gini doesn't, whatever. Anyways, isu sarhon Eritrea. Itom sub demfasi som Eritrea sarhawa moitom. Yumotulo. Eritrea is in jail. They can't move around freely. So the people cannot help the Tigray people. They can't. They can't even help themselves. Is it facty? Before we go throwing stones left and right and all these proud Eritreans, and yeah, I'm a proud Eritrean too. I'm just not proud of what's happening to my people. Mish, we have to get this straight. So let's discuss about T.R.A.P ka'allo, Mish. Indihernetiyom gorebet adey tagaru. Itiyom zumotu itiyom zhurodu dolo mangust sama yawarisu. Indihad peace mus dele mus gon nom indihar koine kitsrafalani agame bahar. Sha agame kha. Akmi gatsay tulonikum ginnabti kitsafo lokum tiyon warriors intabs lokum Facebook sarawitikum. Sha agame kha. Sha khamzi kha. No. Ana yambabe. Sled Zimbabwe. Come Sled Sledzitsna, you fallit. So in the Heris Yom, Yuhawatna, Yom Gorebetna, the Tigray nation, Yukutolo, Hofilat, Kabelmish, Gin, it is subject of Tlam Zolok Galitze, Kula Alam Kfato, Nahanachan Katal Kolanahani, Minalbat Hoguzuna. See you, Hewanet, see you. This is brotherhood. This is called camaraderie. Mish. If I support my neighbors who are getting killed and I stand for their justice, which is they're being wronged, maybe one day they will stand with me. Maybe one day when I go to build my country, when I go to bury my father back home in Eritrea, because I can't bury my father there now, Mish, maybe one day my neighbors will help me. That's the ideology behind all this, right? Why would I want to hate on people that's next to me or my neighbors? When I go back to Eritrea, then I'm going to have problems with them and my own government. How many enemies do I got to make? I don't want to make that many enemies, you know what I mean? Life is already hard as it is. Now I got to worry about Tagarus, Aromo, Amhara. No, that's not how it's going to work. The people that support me, the way we're going to move for peace. For example, facts, right? Let me give you an example of Hantugual Titsarfaninera, Helen or something. I Hezalan, Haftehi, Gin, that's Na'alaki, but Jahiatsmi, Re Ainakfati. Nata Tarikh, this is what she said. She said, I'm against Isaias of working. That's what she said. I'm against the eye. I said, oh, bravo, Zahafte. We have some in common. But You're a traitor, Dawid. What? I'm a traitor? It's gonna get in me. نتيوم تجارو support تجبروا مالها traitor إخا. وعلم كايم نعدها. أتألم كومن. أنا ودي إريتريا. جين إندهر سراويتنا إسايس كيروم نتجراي. أقحتهم دستيناتهم سبيتهم حريدهم قتيلهم. إتيوم كمزز جبروا زلوا. دك عدا خونن. I denounce those that are Eritrean, that are going to Tigray, pillaging, looting, killing, murdering, stealing it. And then some of you say there's no facts to that. Why did the Catholic priests, why ilu accept and gobronina? Why come ilu? Because if I look you had at you, mish, so hak nagar nizar. Itiam sara we come gobaru. Isaiah Sararon, all the soldiers Isaiah sent with the Amhara soldiers to go pillage, murder, and steal from all the people in Tigray, you are wrong. And I denounce you. You are not Eritrean. True Eritreans, Eritreans that worked hard, like my father, like Baba Kadane, like Baba Mahmoud, like Baba Mikhail Kadane. These people, the people that fought and got shot, they don't rape, they don't murder, they don't steal, they don't do any of that, especially to innocent people. They go to war. Na adom nats inet kasi ya atu. Atunim kasi makhsabilom gala. No. The same reason why Jebha kindi mishabia adam tibas. The same reason deka adana anik atilni na ilom kaidom. What's ilm? This is called leadership, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, personal courage. You have a leader. Now the military taught me what a leader is. What is a leader? What is leadership? The process of influencing subordinates to accomplish the mission by providing motivation, direction, and purpose. Mission? Okay. What type of leader? I want to say to my Eritrean people, a johum. صبغات تأم حزبي إريتريا أجاهم نفرقوا إتيام حما أزقابرجين أبك الله خاسخاتكم تدغدغوا إتيام سوريات إريتريان جين أجاهم سوسا عمت حارس سبعي نقاتلكم نحاردكم all my Eritreans in Eritrea that have been getting murdered and killed year after year. Who's the number one Tigrina Eritrean murderer? Isaias Afwerki, DIA, dictator. My people. My people have survived someone for 60 years. Imagine the resiliency. Imagine no electricity, no food, nothing. 60 years. Imagine the resiliency. Resilient people. And still dancing and preaching and happy. No matter, they don't have nothing. Nothing. Now, they want to take something away. The regime wants to take something away from the Tigray nation. Now, that's what this is all about. Mish? Okay. Here's something else we got to cover. During this conflict, who is the number one group of people that's attacking Tigray? And why? Amhara? 90% of Amhara are attacking Tigray. Why? Somebody explain that. Nobody wants to talk about that. We're here to talk facts. I got a lot of Amhara nationalists coming on my page talking about Dawid, you supporting Tigray, you're Agame. Call me Agame, call me Dawid, Arawi, call me Sulum, Gumama. I don't care. None of y'all can see me anyways. I'm just telling you, be honest. Who is the number one? Forget Isaiah, Sugahafi. Su Kiruk Alayim Hilom Harayim Zulu. I'm not even discussing T.R.A.P Eritrea Isaiah Afwerki. I'm not discussing him. Su Gwahafi. I'm talking about who is the majority that's attacking Tagaru right now. Who is the true junta? Isaias Afwerki, junta. Abiy Ahmed, junta. The Amhara leadership that's killing all the Tagarus, junta. That's the truth. Why? Oromia, the other ones, they're not attacking Tigray. No, it's the Amhara people. But why are they doing it? People need to ask, why are they doing it? Mish, this is what it sounds like when the Amharas are attacking the Tigray. And I wrote this down. Wombidioch, Natafa, Achoalen, Zraf, Gidai. Komu garem imzmuts unerom Nedek Adina Eritrea Harmon Kolom Baalta Dergi. Is it Hiji Gizet Dergi to Ayuru again? It's back to Dergi times. You guys remember Arektit Abetit Fotwaichem Zimish Yamane Tesfa Gargish Zischab to Zukure Hamish Wombedeutsch Natafa Achoalen Sraf Gidai Kai to the Saul Mish Kai to the Saul Hak Nagar is blokum de why Why you get mad? I'm just telling you the truth. He's over there. There's a guy over there talking about you are game stinky ass guy. He said it. Hak Nagar, you can't see me. We know this. Most of y'all can't see me. I have yet to meet a Habesha that can see me. So it doesn't matter. Nothing you say can affect me. My goal will stay the same. My goal is to make Eritrea look good. That's my goal. My goal is to support my neighbors. My goal is to have compassion for my neighbors that are getting killed. My cousins and my brothers. That's my goal. That doesn't make me any less Eritrean. Anyways, Tagwal Helen Zavella, she said, whatever, everybody knows me. She said, because Michel said he don't Eritrea. Is it don't uruna as yom hagar sab I don't ta'akum my fault okum again kame in the hair I know what hadar so is hon gokh nagrokum khale if dictator Abiy started attacking Tigray is small. I've already told you this compared to the whole Ethiopia. So the whole Ethiopian Federation forces are attacking Tigray, right? So Tigray is thinking, okay, well, there's we're small, so we got to fight back. Common sense. Why would they send missiles to Eritrea? Why would they send missiles to Eritrea? Atidonkoro? Why? Sabam kudam susu, sabam kukotlu, suicide kugobru, suhusobulu. In the hair, Abisab Kadmeyalo Zabasolohu, Tatawena Tabi Bidhere Delo, it's of One. That's suicide. Who does that? That's not logical. That's called false patriotism. In her missile seridon, warning him Zuhubudolo, Netisaraya Udalo, Niria Kalana, Sarawik not Kaadinaya Atulo, Sabnahunk until I delinina, Eritrean until I delinina. Be careful. Homie, that's why they sent the missiles out there. The true reason. So tell me, who is the real traitor of Eritrea? Many to trade Eritrea shet adalo. Isakhatkum to guhafat tabzizmat to zarabu besenki. Oh no. Is yom agame em controlomina. No. Hak inager tazarabu. It hak inager. What's up, Sassin cousin? How you doing? It hak inager. Isukhum higdev guhaf. So let's support to go bro on the Isaias non-stop. Kseret kolo? No. Proof yalan. Kukatil kolo? No. Proof yalan. Tagaro dek khrad kolo? No. Proof yalan. Nehna, true Eritreans, we denounce this nonsense. We denounce the murders of innocent people. The true patriots of Eritrea. Adina knahalakir. Nehna? I represent Eritrea. I am Eritrean. I am not a murderer. I'm not a killer. I'm not a thief. I'm not a rapist. None of that. You know what I am? I have a heart. You see this? I have a heart. I care for my people. I want my people to be treated just as well as anybody else. But before we go anywhere else, let's clean our house. Gazana nitsriyo, imnina khaliq gaza, kaiderbena kholana, right? Gazana nitsriyo. And there's a lot of people khamayda hasbu. I'm just the only one speaking it. Ana azaraba do logomba kamay buzos hasbu lo. I'm just happen to be slow with the shambal bashaz hanku, kotsaya tinagari like. Okay. Now, that's not a disrespect to the Amhara people. I'm not disrespecting you. I'm just letting you know your armed forces are attacking the whole Tigray, Amhara. You need to understand this. When this war ends, economically, what do you think is going to happen to Ethiopia? I had a little hope about the dam. Even though the dam belongs to Ethiopia, I'm Eritrean, I'm Milkutanini, Gin. I was hoping سلام دحنارو تقدام مستودات دحري قرب تيسل دي كاب إثيوبيا تحقق جزمس إريتريا كمعبولي مثيلني ساكت زي كوني زيهم ديكتاتورز كقاتلوا سلازوعلو ولا تودع it doesn't matter no more. I should block this dude مش so هم هدف لهم كأني أبز عادي كيترسعوا 2% سلدهم نجيتاناتكم كيترسعوا سردلو. Don't forget to send your 2% of money to DIA. ما تيخاك أطلقكم كأني. Oh my God. هدف سمعوني. Where's my هدف نقدف? Hold on, it's right here. أبي أنا لا هدف نقدف ماسناتي مش إنت يوم هدف دلهم إنت 2% سردلون نجيتاناتكم DIA كيترسعوها. ما تيخاك أطلقكم. You know, جزاهم أبتي عدل لها كاي ندد كيترسعوها. Oh my God. Come again and نستحق أبزي إتيهم real Eritreans. Come again and نستحق. وي تم عبيتي بونا ستاهم. وي ودمند أني نسايس DIA 2% سحمشته شح سديد لندي. Why have America خلا سديد لندي? بغزو فيلا باربيلا كايت فوم أميام كايم. Come get me do good for the It's crazy. No brain, mish. All right. Anyways, moving on forward. I do have some guests for you guys before I continue, but I wanted to show this one more time. Do you see these pictures? What flags do you see in there? Kuluturi walohomish. We need this. Kamzi. Zizerena. One love. Mish. Tamachal T.R.A.P. Mejameta Jabhas Jamareto Jabhas go. Okay, I don't want to speak about it. I'm just letting you know. Kulutu flag representing Gabaraloho. Mish. Itiam Hidef Nezahori Oholo. Come to Hadisabaya to video post Gabarku. And Tyler, he said, I love that video. I want to meet that guy, whoever he is. He said, I was dying. All right, let me see if I can bring my buddy Srak on here. I'm going to try. Let me see. Come here. Come down. Srak, invite. Okay. Srak, I'm bringing you on, buddy. And there he goes. Anyways, to continue is the أبعدنا زهون الله بتعمي حزن you know أبزي زي أمزارب وبزحيري أم الله oh there you go Sirak. Let me see, how do you bring you in? Alright, بطعم يحزن ان to me تيهم فيديو خما يزقبرو يريهم يسعرفوا طرح همزو علون. What's the point of that? Peace يتزاربو. Why مصرف طرح؟ مصرف كو قليلي. You know what I mean? قليلي. سب كتصعرف قليلي. اتي peace جين شجر يرغبوا for some reason. I don't know why. الله بزعز فتوكم كأنت تعرفوا راح توعلوا. نعا أقامن حركمني أحرق أنني. You have to understand that. نعا أحرق أنني. Is he okay? There we go. أقامي. There أقامي نرى نرتقي نرى problem. Who cares? I don't care. Salam Zahawi. سمعني الله. Can you hear me? He's frozen. Connect to Gabra Allah Hansa. T.R.A.P. Anyways, I'll continue. See what's going on. I'll try to bring him on for you guys. Los Kenny. So Lomi, I saw another video. Abraham Cassette, Hawaii of Germany. I support him because na PCs out of Sukhani. Silu na baasit rahaba. Kulum na baasit rahim ze zarabuz wa'lu. You know? Na peace Kenny. How come peace I to zarabunikum? Na baasit rah. It's ridiculous. Comes home as young fitina lahu, but it's not working for some reason. All right. Anyways, let's continue. So there's an unjust war. There's an unjust war taking place, and many innocent people are dying. Our Tagaru neighbors are under attack by 4 countries. Arba'ate nations yaharmu malo. Ethiopia taharmu mala, Eritrea taharmu mala, UAE taharmu malo, and Somalia taharmu mala. I don't come get them. The fact that they're still withstanding is amazing to me. Come get them, I don't know. It's not right. Is the dictators that Tuona is nagar حماق نجاري قدم عالم يريالو نزيهم دا تايم رأيهم كم barbarian مزورينا حفرت كوينو نحفر علينا مبا سنس يابلنا نمعبل ندحريت أودعني تنجر. It's ridiculous. السخون كأني يأتي of United States تلوهم to rally تحزو مش شابزي rally تحزو support our people هم to go to is he I'm gonna put you on game. I'm gonna tell you something, but don't forget it. When you hold rally, make sure it's the American of the United States. Make sure the American flag up to the Gagabarua. Hasobu. Natkum flag hiskum aytukhilu. The American flag kind of the outside to Kistai Goborua because safe you go. Malets to police matios, yamka American, but freedom of speech and exercise go Ruzalo. Not na Eritrea, na Tagaru, Bandera, na Ethiopian Bandera, Hongala Isumahum. Keep your people safe that way by having the American flag. You know, you're in America, so represent America, honey. So I like to say, well, that'll keep your people that are protesting or whatever safe. You know what I mean? See if I could bring Yonas on. Sirak seems to not be wanting to come on this joint. I think there's a visual going on here in Seattle or something. I seen a flyer that went out. So You know, if you're in Seattle and you're not doing nothing, you might want to check it out. It'd be good to support your people. You know what I mean? Why not? All right, so let's talk about the people of Eritrea. What can we do to move forward to free our people from these dictators? What can we do? Anybody has any ideas on what we could do? How do we free our people? Come in. Obviously, they can't free themselves, right? So how do we free our people from both dictators? How do we work together to free ourselves from both dictators? How do we do it? Any ideas? These are what we should be talking about collectively as a people instead of fighting and arguing. Why don't we use our brains and help each other free our people? Why don't we do that? Wouldn't that be easier than arguing and fighting? There's I can call you names all day long. That doesn't get me nowhere. That just shows ignorance and no intelligence. You know what I mean? Another thing is, if the Tagaro people are under attack, do you really think Ethiopia is ever going to be the same again? Anybody think Ethiopia is ever going to be the same again? I would like to hear your thoughts on that. Exactly. Isaias, Quetzalo. Abi, Quetzalo. Period. Isutra to solution. Call it solution yellen. You know what I mean? I see, Yonas, you said you're in, but it's not letting me bring you in. Let me see. Add. Okay. I'm adding you, Yonas. Boom.
There he is.
Man, it's hard. How you doing, brother?
What's
Salam,
going on,
salam,
bro?
salam, salam. Zahawe
Salam,
hamdallah.
salam. Book, come along.
I'm gonna freelance this because I'm all out of whack. I can't get this camera stuff to work. The world's watching you. So, tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Yonas San Diego, California, born and raised. You know what I mean? Eritrean. Yeah. Lived here all my life. Family came from, obviously back in the 80s through the sponsorship of the church. Um, First American born in my family. So yeah,
Say that again.
you know,
Say that
from
again.
first American born. You feel
All
me?
right, all right. So you was born.
Uh,
So you're true diaspora.
yeah,
You're
yeah,
not
official.
like me. Born. You're not like me.
Not,
I had him contact.
I don't got that naturalization paper, bro. I
I go
don't
ahead,
got it.
kind. I had him contact.
No, but yeah, family back home from T.R.A.P. Y'all know where that
Okay.
is. You already know.
Oh, so okay.
But yeah,
That's excellent. So tell me. Obviously, you're educated. I invited you because I know you myself personally. I respect you. You're a smart person. I love you as my brother, Waderi. Um, I wanted to give people a different view. Now, in the future, I'm going to invite Hegdef. I'm going to invite Saria. I'm going to invite Sport. I'm going to invite everyone to continue these type of talks, right? But today you're
yeah.
on, and I wanted to ask you certain questions. And before I ask you questions, tell me, what do you think about this conflict that's happening here abroad in between Eritrea and Ethiopia? And
You want me to go straight into the conflict, or you want me to read what I was going
well, tell me a little bit about that conflict. Actually, you know what? I'll tell you what. Ad lib it. Go ahead and read.
to?
We're all gonna listen to you.
Me.
Go ahead.
All right. I have a message. This is more, and I wrote this a couple years back. I saw the way. Can y'all hear me? By the way,
I hear
is
you.
it good? Okay. I wrote this a couple years back. Growing up in America, your first kind of introduction to politics through my parents, what your parents tell you and stuff like that.
Right.
But I saw the politics was kind of skewing, it splintered, in the early before Nuts and Nuts, we were definitely like a more close knit community.
Mm-hmm.
We would go to Guaylas, we would have meetings, the Independence Day, picnics and stuff like that.
But
But at a certain point,
not to cut you off, you're saying, sorry, brother, you're saying, what year was this?
Nuts and Nuts, 91, 92, 93, all the way up until, uh, pretty much the border war. People kind of were on the same page, for the most part. The community was pretty tight. Everyone knew each other, and then kind of splintered out. And you're either the Gufti or you're either, opposition. It was either one or two options you had. Yeah, and it kind of splintered the youth for sure, because then we had to kind of choose sides, and of course you're going to choose what your the side that your parents are on. You kind of had no choice, but so it was like, oh, you can't go over there. They support the government, or you can't go over there. They support the opposition. So, I I wrote this because I feel like our politics have gotten so divisive, and so I think we need to come, and I appreciate what you're doing, preaching that one love message, because that's definitely what we need right now. So I wrote this a couple years back, and it's more skewed to the Eritrean side, but definitely I think it resonates right now, especially what's going on in Tigray.
So
And
to jump in there, انتهي تبلا لها قرمتي ناسنت اريتريا مسرخبت اتيام كلهم حزبي abroad diasporas alone تفاتحهم because of politics مريضهم. So
right,
حسب نرنا مش بزح اخوات نرنا حجي فحنا بنا بزيبو ادنا بزي شعبيه جبا كل فحلو مش so تحونت افي تبلا لها مش.
right, exactly.
Okay, continue.
Bahansab nernagan hiji tatafina lana, basically, because of politics, which shouldn't be the case.
Right.
So I'll go ahead and I'll get into it. So Eritrea, Africa, 29 years ago, the nation of Eritrea and its proud people overthrew the shackles of oppression and declared themselves free. Free from tyranny, free from occupation, free from servitude, free from 30 years of rebellion. These brave men and women formed the strongest, smartest, and bravest fighting force ever seen, against all odds, against the world's superpowers, with less numbers, with less resources, smaller population, with everyone against them. They stood up. They dug in. They resisted. Their blood spilled for the same goal, freedom. They showed the world what could happen when when a few stand against many. They showed the power in having a common purpose against a common enemy. The idea that they may not live to see the promises kept, but their children and grandchildren would see it one day. They shared the faith that even though the road isn't visible, God's grace would see them to the other side. For 34 years of my life, we're still fighting the same battle that we thought was won on May 24th, 1991. But now we are fighting each other. Where's the common purpose? Where's the bond? Where's the glue? The strength that willed these men and women to fight with no food, no water, to run for miles and miles over rugged terrain with no sleep, no supplies, but with their last breath to fight as one people. We are not as divided as you think. Our common ancestry and our common purpose is still inside us. You are Eritrean, so are we. Your parents fought for independence, so did ours. Your family members gave their blood and tears and some their lives for Eritrea's freedom, so did ours. Our parents fought to give us a better life, so did ours. You want the best for the Eritrean people, so do we. You are proud to be from Eritrea, so are we. You celebrate Eritrean Independence Day, so do we. These are all the things we have in common. We want all of the Eritrean people, no matter what tribe you're from, no matter what region their ancestors are from, no matter what religion they practice, no matter what the socioeconomic background they're from, no matter where they live in the diaspora, no matter what age, no matter what gender, no matter what education, no matter their core beliefs, no matter if your parents were Jabha or your parents were Shabia, no matter what political organization they support, no matter the reason behind their ideals. No matter, no matter, no matter. We want a free, democratic Eritrea for all people, freedom of religion, freedom of press, rule of law, equality and prosperity, educational opportunities, freedom of assembly, freedom to disagree, and freedom to peacefully protest for their views. All of the freedoms that we enjoy in America and in the Western society, we want for Eritrea and its people. My question to everyone else is, do you? And so that's my message.
Hold on, bro. Hold on. Bravo, bravo, bravo. Bella, bella. That was beautiful, my brother. That was just gorgeous. Everyone is clapping. That is the true definition of Eritrean. You should be the voice for our people. You should be able to speak for us like this. This is what we needed to hear. Kamzina qasamat dalina. Pride, prosperity, peace, salam.
Exactly, yeah.
Kindi misra, baasi. Abzuri ayam just out of all day. Kindi khomun gabir. Exactly in Azerlena. And I'm glad you came on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course, all day, man.
So
And
I would like to hear more of your views. Spit.
yeah, so just for the people that may say, this is naive or idealistic, these are Western ideas, you can't do the same thing that you're doing in America and Africa. It's not the same situation. There's a lot, and obviously there's a lot of, other forces tugging at African countries, the history of colonialism, stuff like that. But I'm going to read you a document, some excerpts from a document that was written probably 24, 25 years ago. Just so I didn't take these ideas of democracy, freedom of speech, and all that from an American perspective. So here we go, right here. It is a fundamental principle of the state to guarantee its citizens broad and active participation in all political, economic, social, and cultural life of the country. Any act that violates the human rights of women or limits or otherwise thwarts their role and participation is prohibited. This is just one section, democratic principles. You can go on and on about a competent justice system. The justice system shall be independent, competent, and accountable pursuant to the provisions of the Constitution and the laws. Courts shall work under a judicial system that is capable of producing quick and equitable judgments that can easily be understood and easily accessible to all people. That's another article there.
This is article the Eritrean Constitution.
Exactly. Yeah. So you already knew that. These are all articles written in the Eritrean Constitution 1997 that was ratified by the National Assembly but was never implemented. We know why. We don't have to get into all the history of why it wasn't implemented. Article 14, all persons are equal under the law. No person shall be discriminated against on account of race, ethnic origin, language, color, gender, religion, disability, political view. We already know that's not happening inside Eritrea. Right to life and liberty. No person shall be deprived of life without due process of law. They're not following that. No person shall be deprived of liberty without due process. So it goes on and on. No person shall be arrested or detained pursuant to due process. So these are all these ideals that I spoke about are not from the American Constitution. This is the Eritrean Constitution.
Eritrean Constitution, right.
These are Eritreans wrote this. Now they took bits and pieces probably from other countries, of course, but this is what they wrote. This is what they were fighting for. This is what we've been saying all along is we know democracy doesn't happen overnight. Rome wasn't built in one day. You can't just automatically ascribe what happens in America. America took 400 years to get now, just barely where we're at right now. So Eritrea, of course, we don't expect in 30 years for it to be exactly where America is. But you take steps, you build a foundation, a bridge to that.
So you're saying, for
Um,
the Tigrina speaker, you're saying, is the Constitution قدم تصحيفهم أو again is the bylaws in the Eritrean Constitution follow I govern him alone. Obviously, it's a dictator, again in her follow Geromo, in her actually practice Geromo, not people they can have a better life. Freedom of speech, for example. I deny
yeah,
freedom of speech, Ellen.
yeah. Kande abesrabet lo iji. Kande jaganu taasira malo. Why? Because Constitution kagabir alana, maricha kagabir alana, hatitom ne isayas nusuka بزح مكنيات جرو no يلوم ده تعسيرهم you can go from the G15. I ain't gonna go through all the names.
Oh, you hit it. You hit it on the head.
Jaganu, Betweded, Abraha. You have many others as
You
well.
hit it on the
That
head, Yonas. Because check this out. It's on G15 is on Arabulu. All step bajaha. Step can maris marahi can maris gala ilomamish. And Tigeru Shat Awali. Natibare Mawar Jamiru Mr. Asi Jamirumish.
well,
Go ahead.
yeah, I'm not gonna speak about
Right.
who
However
started
that
that.
war.
there is issues on both sides. Both
Okay.
are
So
at
however
fault
that war
for
went down.
starting that.
So bottom it went down, Mish. So they didn't have an election. We agree there.
They, yeah.
Okay. Now Abi, it's funny how history repeats itself. Abi
Always, right?
is during election time, Mish. In Tiger, election time is much Kaiwarid. And so when it's election time,
Yep.
what did Abi do? He did the exact thing Isaias did. He started a war. But continue.
You got to start a conflict, right?
Yeah.
That's the easiest thing. So yeah, so I mean, whatever what happened in Badime,
The land grab, right.
which was it shouldn't have happened, but whatever happened, both sides have blame for that. Um, but basically, yeah, he used that as an excuse to then further kind of control and consolidate his power, because after that, 2001, they said, hey, or 2002, hey, what's going on? Actually, 2001 when he arrested everyone. Are we going to do elections? Are we going to do elections? He said, no, we're permanently on a war footing, basically. We have enemies. We have to Dobnak, no one's respecting our international borders. This is what we agreed upon in the Algiers agreement. Since no one's, since we don't have, Ethiopia is not agreeing to that agreement or signing off on that agreement, and they're intruding on Eritrean land, which is true, but he used that as an excuse to not hold elections, to kind of thwart a lot of the changes that they were trying to make in the country, positive democratic reforms. And you see that, like you said, with Abiy now. Abiy wasn't elected, he was appointed by the parliament after, all the issues with the conflict with Oromia, the Oromo people, when Haile Mariam Desalegn was in charge, I think 5 years after Zenawi was, when he passed away.
Right.
And so he came in to kind of bring peace, and he came on and everyone believed it, and he got the Nobel Peace Prize for it,
Undeserved, but go ahead.
thinking that, he was going to be something positive, but now we see the ramifications of that, because he doesn't want to go to an election. He wants to postpone due to COVID, the COVID Geru, COVID Nagar Geru. So he doesn't want to do Maricha, and now we're kind of in this situation we're in now.
Unfortunately.